Throughout history, we hear about generals, kings, and warriors who changed the course of nations. But sometimes, the most powerful acts of resistance come from the most unexpected places. This is the story of a boy who outsmarted the British Empire, not with a sword, but with his mind. A story of a child who, at just 10 years old, became the silent force behind the resistance to British rule in the Gold Coast, now Ghana. In 1896, the British were tightening their grip on the Gold Coast. The empire had already carved out huge chunks of Africa, and now it was time to bring the Gold Coast fully under control. British officers were sent to meet with African chiefs and leaders, pushing them to sign away their lands, their wealth, and their future. These documents, full of complex legal terms, were written in English, a language the chiefs could not read. But unbeknownst to them, there was one child who could. Kwaku Anansi was not your ordinary child. He was secretly taught to read and write by missionaries at a time when literacy was a rare gift. While other children played in the streets, Kwaku studied late into the night, learning the language of the colonizers. The day came when British officials gathered local chiefs to sign a document they believed would secure British rule. The document gave the empire control over vast lands, wealth, and resources. The chiefs could not read it, and the British officers knew this. They assumed the document would be signed without question. But as the British officer placed the document in front of each chief to sign, something extraordinary happened. Kwaku Anansi, though a child, knew what that paper meant. Kwaku whispered the truth to each leader. The real meaning of the document, the betrayal that lay within its terms. He warned them not to sign, telling them that their land, their rights, and their freedom would be gone forever. One by one, the chiefs refused to sign the agreement. The British officers were stunned. How could this happen? How had their plans been thwarted? What they didn't know was that Kwaku had changed the course of history. Though Kwaku's actions would remain largely unknown to history books, his impact was immense. He would go on to teach others how to read, using secret lessons to educate a generation of children who would one day challenge colonial rule in Africa. Kwaku Anansi's quiet revolution didn't just disrupt the British. It sparked a movement of education, of knowledge, and of resistance. He understood something the empire didn't. That knowledge is power, and even a child could wield it. Today, Kwaku Anansi's name is mostly forgotten. His story is one of the many untold stories of resistance, but the spirit of his actions lives on, in the children he taught, in the leaders who followed, and in the nations that broke free from colonial rule. Sometimes, the greatest heroes aren't the ones who fight on the front lines. They are the ones who fight with their minds. Thank you for watching this untold story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from history that have been hidden away.